everyone, happy new year. It's 2015, like it's 2015. I can't believe it. It's gonna be 2030, like 15 years, and like 2030, 2031. It's crazy. It was just 2000, like 15 years ago, obviously. Yeah, that you guys have had a great start to the year already. If not, don't worry, you still have like 360 odd days to go, so you know you can still make it happen. Don't worry about it, boo boo. You got time. Just do your things. Always wanted to have grey hair. It's been like an obsession of mine. I love grey, silver, white hair, and I've always wanted it. So yeah, in this video I'm going to be talking about how I got my grey hair. Oh my gosh, I got my grey hair, boo girl. Hey, I'm grey, I'm grey. How did I get my grey hair? First of all, I just want to say a big thank you to a hair company called Furijo. They actually provided me with this Indian hair, and it came in like a color 1B, which is like a dark brown, and I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to get my hair grey. So I kind of approached a couple of hair salons, talked to a couple of people to find out prices of how I can get this hair from brown to grey, or like, I don't know, like a silver white grey, like really bright grey. And to be honest with you, the prices were a little bit over my budget and I didn't really want to spend that much. So being the person I am, I decided to go ahead and tackle it myself. Yes, I was like, I'm going to DIY on this hair. First of all, I had to bleach the color from being 1B to blonde, and to be honest with you, bleaching this hair was difficult. I don't know why. I've bleached hair before and I use the same bleach, you know, the powder with the peroxide, and you mix it together and make like a paste, and then you put it in the hair, leave it for a bit, and then wash it out and it's blonde. But for some reason this hair was not taking the bleach very well at all. Like, it was burning as opposed to bleaching, even though the hair did go blonde, but a lot of it burnt and literally broke off. Like, I've lost a lot of the thickness of the hair through the process of bleaching, and I couldn't understand why, because I bleached hair before in the past and it's usually been Brazilian hair, and it was fine. So I was really struggling with why this hair wasn't taken to the bleach very well and it was damaging the hair. I'm not sure whether or not it's because it's Indian hair. I don't know if there's anyone, you know, watching that, you know, is Indian and have found it difficult to bleach your hair because of, you know, I don't know if the Indian hair just takes more longer, or it's a bit more difficult or more delicate to or sensitive to bleach. So yeah, this hair did struggle a little bit to bleach in a healthy way, and I had to like really moisturize it, condition it, and thankfully it has recovered quite well. As you can see, I mean, compared to what it was when I first bleached it, it was really damaged, but it has managed to recover quite well, so I'm happy about that. That's a great thing that it has been able to recover, and obviously it's grey. It's the colour that I needed it to be eventually. So the hair is blonde, and it's as blonde as I could get it, and I decided, okay, let's see if I can get this hair to be grey. I watched a YouTube video of a young lady talking about how she got her hair grey, and she mentioned a product called Fanci-full, which are these bottles here, and it's basically like a temporary hair color rinse. So it looks like grey water, and what you do, you put it on towel dried hair, and it comes out like a basically grey, dark grey water, and you put it all over the hair while it's damp and blow dry it, and it literally stays the color. Like, it tints the hair grey, the color of the actual product in the bottle. And I've got it in two colors. I've got a 41 and a 42, and it's basically, one is like a dark steel grey and the other one's a little bit more lighter, so it's not that dark. So I thought I'd get both and mix it together and see how it works, because the steel grey I thought might be a little bit too dark, and then the light grey I wasn't sure if it was going to really come out in the blonde hair. So I thought I'll just get both colours and mix it together and see how it works. Now this is my first time ever trying this product based on the YouTube video that I watched of this other young lady who had used it, and to be honest with you, when I first put it into the hair, it wasn't as grey as I wanted it to be. It was a little bit grey. It was like blonde with a bit of grey in it. It wasn't like grey, like outright grey. So I found that slightly annoying because I'd ordered it off Amazon and waited for it to come in the post. When it finally came, I was so excited. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get my grey hair, and then it wasn't really that grey. So I was a little bit disappointed. And I kind of like just gave up. I was like, you know what, this is not going to happen. This grey hair is just not happening. I'm just going to dye the hair back to black, or maybe do a completely different colour like blue or something, and just completely change the look that I was going for. So because I bleached the whole of the hair, I thought that if I'm going to do another colour like blue, I don't want the whole thing to be blue. So I thought I'll dye the tips of the hair, so like the top parts of the hair that you can see that is black now, I'll dye those bits back to black. And I basically got myself a normal basic semi-permanent black powder hair dye from my local hair and beauty shop. And oh, actually this is actually permanent. It's not semi-permanent, it's permanent, boo. It's permanent. So if you put this on your hair gonna be black, okay? And I normally use this. This is not a product that I'm new to. I use this quite often to dye hair black or jet black. And I just had a bottle, you know, in my drawer in the bathroom, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna dye the top part of this hair back to black and then do the rest of it a completely different color. I definitely didn't want to keep it blonde. I dyed the top part of my hair black, right, and the rest of the hair was blonde. Now I left this black powder hair dye. It's basically a bottle of powder, and you mix it with a little bit of water inside the tub to make like a watery paste, and you just put it in the hair and it immediately turns the hair black. So you don't even need to leave it in for that long, a few minutes and you're good to go. I put it in the hair, and as I taken the hair to rinse out the black dye to, you know, wash it out, I realized that as I was washing out the hair, the black hair dye that I was rinsing out of the hair was going into the rest of the blonde parts of the hair, and it immediately made it grey. Like the whole of the blonde section of the hair went grey. Hello? Like, my hair was grey. I was like, oh my gosh, like the hair has gone grey. And it was like totally by accident, literally rinsing out the black hair dye, and the residue of that rinse was seeping into the rest of my blonde hair, and it just made it grey. And all I basically did was, after seeing that the rest of the hair was grey, I topped it up with this Fanci-full product, and just poured it all over, so like all the bits of blonde that didn't quite catch the residue of my black rinse, I put the, you know, the Fanci-full stuff on it, and I just squirted it all over the hair and just left it to dry a little bit on its own, and then I blow dried it out, and voila, I had grey hair, like literally just like that. And you can see like on the insides where the hair was a bit more blonde, like a bit more platinum blonde, and it really took quite well. And then the browner bits are the bits where the blonde hair wasn't completely blonde. It was kind of like a caramel kind of blonde as opposed to blonde. I mean, I've had this hair in for a few weeks now. When I first did it, it was a lot more like grey, like it's starting to tone down a little bit, but you know, I now had the grey hair that I wanted, and totally by accident. It was basically a very cheap and cheerful way of getting my grey hair. This bottle of black hair dye is 99p, like 99p, less than £1 from my local hair shop. The Fanciful product, I believe, is about £8 a bottle off Amazon. I will put the link even if you have the hair already black, I think you can still put this on top and just get the rinse that you need from this black hair dye into the rest of the hair that is blonde, and then just top it up with this. I think it's still worth it. That's basically how I got my grey hair, guys. Literally an accident. Very cheap and cheerful. Try it out for yourself. Let me know if it works. I've actually tried it on a different blonde wig that I have. It's a blonde bob that I had, and I literally did exactly the same process to test it out. I dyed the top part of the hair black with the same powder hair dye, and then I rinsed it out and turned the rest of the hair grey. Then I topped it up with the Fanciful temporary colour rinse, and it came out exactly the same way. It works, guys. It works, boo. It works. But you guys can try it out and let me know if it works. You guys check out Furry Joe Hair on Instagram. I'll put the link below. They have really cool, amazing hair. You can get 10% off on a discount code Amina10, and you can get 10% off your purchase. So check them out. They're amazing. And yeah, thank you for my lovely Indian hair. Can't wait for my next hair ball. Go turn it up. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in my next video. Hope this has been helpful. I'll put all the information in the description box, and I will see you later. Have an amazing 2015, and catch you in my next video.